How did Martine Rose go from pulling pints to keep her brand alive to becoming one of the most influential and sought out designers ever, starting the year with one of the most iconic moments, having Kendrick Lamar wearing her brand during the 2025 Super Bowl performance? The story starts with Martine Rose graduating from Middlesex University with a degree in fashion design, and thereafter her and her friend Tamara Rothstein, now stylist, created the brand LMNOP. The brand didn't last long, and after parting ways she quickly launched her eponymous brand Martine Rose using a loan she received from the Prince's Trust. The Martine Rose brand is inspired by her Jamaican British heritage, particularly inspired by marginalized nonconformist subcultures. And when you think of Martine Rose and these subcultures, you're thinking punk, rave scenes, hip hop and dance cultures, as well as the football subculture. The focus on these marginalized groups really does give the brand that authentic and genuine feel. She's known for inventing silhouettes that were miles ahead of their time, as well as drawing inspiration from the tension between individualism and belonging. Early on, Martine faced the harsh realities of what it means to launch a fashion brand, especially from the perspective of not having the financial backing and security to really push the brand forward. Because of this, she became very creative with the way in which she presents her pieces, because she was not always able to afford to put on a full runway collection season after season. This saw her presenting collections through lookbooks, through films, and in interesting locations such as markets and rock climbing spaces. Things were so bad that one season, she only had the money to produce one look. Despite this, her ability to push boundaries within the menswear space did not go unnoticed. And in 2015, when Demna was appointed creative director at Balenciaga, he tapped her up to become a consultant for the brand. You see, in this story, it really does just take one person to completely change and transform your life. And that is what happened following this appointment. It not only gave her a stable income to be able to fully invest in her brand, but it also gave her industry credibility. Not that she needed it, but it opened so many doors for her, from being exposed to global stockists to collaborating with brands such as Bintrill, Timberland, Nike, as well as becoming the first guest creative director for Clarks. And of course, the undeniable privilege of being a guest designer at Pitti Uomo. Even if you haven't heard of Martine Rose, she is your designer's favorite designer and someone that is a source of inspiration for many. She's the originator of some of the most iconic menswear and womenswear trends and has been worn by so many of your faves. She's become one of the most in-demand consultants and collaborators in the fashion world, and for many years now has consistently influenced the direction of contemporary men's fashion. Yet she still remains an underground darling. Now, this is something that she really does prefer. She likes to be on the outskirts, on the fringes, and allowing her work to speak for itself. She states, in an era where everything is for everyone, she prefers to remain a subcultural brand. Every now and again when we discuss the creative director shuffles, her name always enters the chat, but she never gets the role. This was the case when looking for the replacement for Virgil Abloh at Louis Vuitton Men's, and also most recently when looking for the replacement of Demna at Balenciaga, which I think her being appointed into that role makes complete sense. Whether she gets appointed or not, or whether she gets any further accolades, her influence and her talent is undeniable.